Pour up and get tore. I'm sipping, 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 I'm sipping.
Sipping, I'm 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 sipping.
Tonight we gon' go get drunk.
Get drunk. Tonight we gon' go get fried.
Get fried. Jump in the wheel and slide.
I don't give a fuck about a DUI.
I'm sipping, 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 I'm sipping.
You not only in a podcast world, you are a man of many talents.
Say that. I
So,
appreciate that. That's
Flyboy Fridays, Glockaware Radio.
Absolutely.
That's another outlet that you got going on right now,
Mm-hmm.
aside from the Sipper with Sammy. So, how did that start?
Shout out to Wave from the Wave Cartel L, my guy. He wound up on Glockaware with Flyboy Friday Radio, and they used to go by, like, their nickname was the Pull Up Boys back then, like a couple years ago, because everything you had, no matter where it was at, they liable to be there just on the hum, like, don't even say shit. You just look up and he come through with the whole gang. So when he had a situation, I gotta pull up on my guy. He always support. You know what I mean? So I went through there and I pulled up and we was chopping it, and he wound up interviewing me, and I was kicking it. I was like, this alright. And I started talking shit, and I came back another time a few weeks later, and he didn't have a co-host. Nobody was in there with him, and I came through and I wound up kind of co-hosting that one. And I made a joke that I'm about to come every other Friday because I only worked every other Friday at the time. So he laughed about it, whatever. I went back to work, got hurt at work, wound up out for a while. As soon as I could get back in the car driving, I wanted to do something, something light. You can't go to the club, your leg all fucked up after surgery. So I pulled up to the station, I seen, and he like, this nigga said he was coming every Friday. I ain't seen him since. And that was the beginning of the end. I was like, I ain't got to go to work no more.
Right.
So I came every week, and I popped up every week. And it spiraled. We worked well together. It gelled. The networks made it to where we had consistent shows week after week after week. The energy was cool. The dynamic of me and him worked out. Toucan facilitated. DJ Freaky Free became a permanent DJ for a long time and was consistently there for over a year and a half, so we didn't have to worry about certain things. We had a flow going with him. We put out the 2 mixtapes, Fly Shit Only Volume 1 and 2, so that we could continue to support the people that sat on that stool and interview with us. Because to get on Fly Shit Only, you have to sit on that stool.
Right.
I don't just put people music on that submitted on Fly Shit Only. I got other projects I could use that for. But Fly Shit Only means that you came through that studio, you hollered at us, and you bought us some fire. So I put those volumes out just to keep supporting the artists even after they leave the show.
How does the feel of, because you get to put music on the radio, obviously, Glockaware Radio. You feel what I'm saying?
Glockaware Radio all day.
How does it feel to give people that opportunity, knowing that you have that type of power now? Like, you could literally put somebody on the radio, like, that's somebody's dream right there, and you have the power to do that. So just being a part of something like that, like, how's that feeling?
It's wild because, like, I'm such a student and a child of this rap and hip-hop shit, and I'm also an artist, too. And at one point, I had Glockaware, and I was on an FM radio station, too. So I could make people realize their dreams of being on FM radio, which is, people value them both differently. I believe that they're both necessary. That's why I do both. But people value it differently. But just to be able to be one of those people that is kind of sort of like a gatekeeper, it feels dope as an artist to be able to do that for other artists. The best part about it for me is that I always got it in on the exclusives. It's like when I was growing up and like you used to have to be the first one with the mixtape to get the exclusives, and everybody else might not have got the mixtape. So you used to, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I'm still in that position now in media, because when people got a new record or they working on some stuff, or like sometimes I have people in the interview that's not ready to release a record, but they get the vibing so much they be like, you know what, I'll see you this joint too, man, let it go. Right. And it just, that feels good. Like, I like that energy, especially because most of the time it's something banging.
Right.
It's something crazy. And I'm like, I was the first one to play it. Like, for instance, sis Suzann Christine, she calls me on a Wednesday, says she's dropping a song on a Thursday. Can she be on Friday? Of course you can, sis. Come through. About nothing. One of my favorite songs of the year she played. And I was the first one to play it on radio ever, and that was playing all around the world.
Volunteers?
Yep.
That's my fucking shit.
Volunteers. I was the first one to ever play it. And it was just like, when I heard it, I was like, this is, oh man, she out of here. I ain't gonna see Suzann no more, but seen her plenty of times since because she still be around. But she lit off of that joint because it's a dope pup. And I heard she got some more stuff. I heard exclusive from Zoo. Nobody heard because I was in a studio session one time by accident with her.
Mm-hmm.
Pulled up on my man. She was in there. They was working on something. I beg them every time I see either one of them to put that record out. But I can't really speak to it. But I like that energy. I like feeling like that.
For
you
sure.
know what I mean?